Phil White
on BBC Radio Humberside.
At 1 o'clock, the lunchtime news now. Lara King, good afternoon.
Hi Phil, good afternoon. The main stories this lunchtime. It's claimed new mobile technology means Humberside police officers will be able to spend more time in their communities. 2 men are jailed for their part in an armed robbery at a jeweller's in Beverley. And it was a big weekend for Grimsby's trio of Strictly Come Dancing stars.
BBC Radio Humberside.
News at 1.
Humberside's Police and Crime Commissioner says new mobile technology means officers will be able to spend more time in their communities. Matthew Grove hopes the tablet devices being given out later will allow them to complete paperwork without returning to police stations. Trials showed 2 hours per week could be saved.
In this day and age, information is quite simply power, and to have police officers equipped with the right information out in the field on patrol gives them that extra edge to guard us all against the criminals that are out there.
And there'll be more on that with Andy Comfort after 5 this afternoon. 2 men have been jailed for their part in an armed robbery at a jeweller's in Beverley in August 2013. Kevin Smith got 12 years and Jack O'Neill 9 years. They pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit robbery after police said the pair had been watching the Guest and Phillips shop before the raid. High-value watches were taken in the robbery. A man who killed 5 people 36 years ago but was later released from a secure mental hospital has admitting possessing guns and making a bomb. Both cases involved disputes with his neighbours. Phil Mackey reports from Birmingham Crown Court.
After a long-running row about noise, in October 1978, Barry Williams shot and killed his neighbours George and Iris Burkett, as well as their son Philip, then shot and killed Mikel and Lisa de Maria at their petrol station near Nuneaton. After pleading guilty to manslaughter on the grounds of diminished responsibility, he was sent to Broadmoor indefinitely. Despite complaints to the Home Secretary, he was released in 1994. He changed his name to Harry Street and became involved in a series of disputes with his new neighbours in Hall Green in Birmingham. Detectives discovered the weapons and the homemade bomb last October. He'll be sentenced later.
Northumbria police are reinvestigating 54 complaints of rape about which detectives had concluded there was no evidence of a crime. 48 officers have been moved to other duties. The cases date back over the last 3 years. There needs to be a radical change of attitude if we're to tackle the problem of modern slavery. That's according to a leading academic in the study of forced labour in Hull. Dr Mick Wilkinson says more cases are appearing in our area and there aren't enough resources to currently combat the issue properly.
The Gang Masters Licensing Authority, I believe that should be expanded into all areas of temporary labour, and its resources should be increased exponentially. You also need forced labour to become a policing priority in every force in the country, and sadly it's not. And thirdly, and I think this is crucial, we do need a one-off amnesty for these up to 800,000 undocumented migrants.
Funding has been secured by the University of Hull to set up a research centre aimed at finding effective ways of tackling forced labour. Professor Kevin Bales is a professor of contemporary slavery at the university.
A country like the UK could actually be a completely slave-free country. We could do that here. We have good, honest police. We have decent border controls. We have a lot of things going for us. If we put the resources and some political commitment behind it, this could be a slave-free country.
A British businessman, Shrien Douani, has gone on trial in South Africa, accused of murdering his wife on their honeymoon. He's pleaded not guilty. 3 South Africans are already serving long jail terms for their part in the killing 4 years ago. Mr Douani fought a long legal battle against being sent to Cape Town to stand trial. From the court, here's Karen Allen.
Shrien Douani, dressed in a dark suit, appeared composed and spoke clearly when he formally denied charges of murder. Seated to his right in a packed Cape Town courtroom were members of his own family. On his left, those of Annie, his 28-year-old bride, who he's accused of murdering. In a case which is likely to focus on the testimony of 3 alleged co-conspirators already jailed for their part in the crime, Mr Douani said in a statement that he was bisexual. The trial is likely to dwell extensively on the nature of the couple's relationship, but Mr Douani said that he was instantly attracted to Annie when they first met.